Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. You know, it's utterly sad when you're in Congress, you're in office, and the things that you've put forth, your works, the values that you've espoused, all the things that make up you and show your level of worth in that very specific position, that sacred position of office, have come to so little and so inconsequential that when you're trying to get support, when you're trying to rally support among people, you're stuck with just lying to them, utterly lying to them. The DCCC, in addition to putting their thumb on progressives all throughout the United States, in addition to kind of trying to edge lefties out of the race, in some cases telling them to get out of the race, they've also have sent out mailers lying to the people to try to get them more involved into the politics by telling them that if they get enough signatures, they can force Donald Trump to sit down with Mueller. This is, of course, nonsense. Mueller, it's a question if Mueller even has the legal authority to compel Trump to get into that conversation. But the public writing petitions would do squat. Would do squat. They're literally lying to their base to fundraise. Where are your values? You have the most rapacious president that we've ever had. You have a party that's batshit crazy, literally off the fucking reservation. And with all of these pluses, with all of these things that you can run against, that you can hit against, that you can push against to show some level of disparity between who you are versus who they are, you're stuck in the process of lies. You're stuck in the process of lies. Let's take a look at this. This is Daily Caller. House Democrats lie about Mueller investigation and fundraising emails. Congressional Democrats are now lying to their supporters about the Russia investigation in an effort to pump up their fundraising efforts ahead of the midterm elections. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee sent out a pair of fundraising emails on Monday that claimed if they got enough signatures, President Donald Trump will be forced to interview with special counsel Robert Mueller. If we can gather 1 million signatures, it would force Donald Trump to cooperate with the investigation once and for all, read one of the emails. That's nonsense. That's utter nonsense. That's not even a white lie. That's an outright, complete fabrication of the truth. There is no reality in it at all. And yet, it didn't stop the Democrats from doing it. I guess my point in this is, if you have all of these pluses to run against, all of these things that's supposed to be this huge disparity, this tax plan, this, the Iran deal, you're talking about him going after health care. What are your values? What do you actually represent? Are you telling me that you're so vague and so vacant of a husk that you can't come up with some kind of disposition that's different and show enough contrast to the maniacs that are in office? Is that what you're telling me? The most batshit and rapacious group of Republicans and the Democratic Party has been left in this position of just lying. Of just lying. You're pathetic. You're utterly pathetic. Why do you have to lie with somebody who's this bad? This tells everything about the problem with who you are. This is kind of why I keep hitting on this point. What do you represent? And if you can't show a clear distinction between who you are and who the Republican Party are, that should give you some idea of the problem. That should give you some idea of the problem. Let's keep going. There's a little bit more to this. It's fucking amazing. It's not that I'm shocked by it. It's just, I guess I'm more so annoyed by it. And if I'm being honest, I'm probably projecting a little bit from the standpoint of the Russia stuff we're transferring. You have the most ragged face of the American government ever. Shallow capitalism. Imperialism. We've taken off the mask. This is not soft fascism. This is, we're going to do whatever we want in the world and everybody else is going to shut the fuck up and deal with it. If you don't like it internally, we're going to put you in prison. We're going to hit the press. We're going to hit all. We're going to do what we want to do in this office. And we're going to do all this right-wing shit that we've always wanted to do. We're going to try to get rid of healthcare. We're going to try to get rid of Social Security. We're going to try to get rid of Medicare. We're going to make as many inroads as we can possibly make. We're going to grab what we can possibly grab before the door closes. And with such grossness, the best that you can come up with is Russia. And secondary, we can get Trump to talk to Mueller if you get enough signatures. The latter of which was a lie, and the first of which was a political con. We need something else. There has to be another option. Solidarity of no. And by solidarity of no, I'm not asking you to believe anything in particular. I'm just saying that is not your savior. That is not going to help you out. They're trying to hang around with this idea of status quo without necessarily breaking the water, thinking that they can focus purely on Trump in order to get back into those offices. If that takes place, the idea of anything being accomplished washes away. It washes away. I would say this tells a lot about what that party is by the fact that they have to even do this with a group of Republicans that are this gross. We need to gather 1 million signatures for Robert Mueller to force Trump to testify, read another email. We're the only ones left who can help Mueller. Democrats can't claim a moral high ground on telling the truth when their congressional campaign arm is lying, commented BuzzFeed reporter Dominique Holden, who first pointed out the misleading emails. If Democrats care so much about the truth, they should practice it in their emails, he added. Well, I'm not of the mind that Democrats care all that much about the truth. They want to get in office, but they want to get in office a very specific way that doesn't necessarily adversely affect their donors. They're limited in the things that they can say and the way that they can run. Meaning, no, they can't really contest what takes place with Donald Trump, because to do that, they have to talk about an economic message. The best message they can come up with is identity, but that doesn't really get you that far because the president got elected. You pushed at him everything that you could with this thing of identity, and it didn't work. He's in office. And now we have Russia. And now we have these misleading mails that are going out to people. As gross as he is, I guess my point is, why do you have to lie with as gross and over the top as the Republican Party is? And this should get across your own failings and problems, that you can't come up with a cohesive message that deals with a large base of people. It's sad and pathetic. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. Democrats are lying to their populists to try to get more support for money, and I would imagine support against Trump. DCCC. We cheat progressives on one day, and the other day we just lie to our own Democratic voters. All right, if you enjoyed the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the Patreon. Thanks, guys.